It's time.
Hey guys, I am here with the legendary Rickson Gracie. How are you doing today?
Great, my friend. How are you doing?
Very good. I have a question to ask right up top. Okay, so you did an interview just this week with the amazing Eddie Bravo, the hilarious Joe Rogan, and now you're doing an interview with me. My first question to you is, where did it all go wrong? How did we end up talking to each other after talking to those great people?
I tell you, man, it's great to talk to you too, and it's not exactly, it's nothing different. I think we're all here to support the same cause of bringing the federation up and alive.
Okay, well, I know you're lying because you're saying that there's nothing different between me and Joe Rogan and Eddie Bravo, so let me just put that out there. They're amazing. But yes, we are here to talk about the new federation that you're putting together. Do you mind telling us a little bit about the federation and how it all came together and what you guys want to do?
Sure. It's a new governing body for the sport of Jiu Jitsu who pretends through a lot of service, which is our mission statement, provide education, good curriculum for events, and also a good information for the whole community.
Okay. So when you're putting all of this together, you know, why just do this? Why not do a tournament? Why a whole thing? Because you're doing a multi-tiered federation and corporation. There's going to be seminars that you're going to be doing, a lot of education for people who are referees and competitors, you know, and programs for kids. Well, why all of this stuff?
All this is to one main purpose only, to resolve our biggest problem, which is effectiveness. We're losing effectiveness to handle real life based on the new rules for sport jiu-jitsu. So this motion has to be part stand to the competition aspect, rulings, and changing to have a better progressive results. Also, in the communication aspect, to make the community feel like they have a site to interact, like a forums, listen to masters, and everything related to communicating within. And also the educational aspect, because a lot of great fighters today, they don't have the knowledge they need to fulfill the needs for the community, you know, by teaching kids perfectly, law enforcement, and women. So by having this educational system and a new rule system, we can bring back and restore effectiveness to the sport and make all the practitioners feel comfortable either on the street or on a cage or in any situation.
Okay, I have to ask this. How often do you think that, let's say, a butt scoot is going to be effective on the streets? Effective, not effective?
I think, you know, Jiu-Jitsu has many variations. And as you progress in the fight, you have to develop the techniques who are going to work not only on the fighting, I mean on the sports scenario, but also in life. And some of those applicable movements today are not effective at all. So I feel like by changing the rules a little bit, we're going to make effectiveness in every movement used by the athlete, and that will translate in effectiveness on life.
Let me see if I'm getting this straight. So I can't beer and bolo on the streets?
Of course not.
Of course not.
And it will be forbidden, basically, based on the elements, will be forbidden in tournaments, because that's really, you're only wasting time by training some kind of techniques. We're going to work only to get medals, and when you get your butt kick on the street, you're gonna regret to have only those ineffective movements training.
I hope somewhere out there when somebody gets beat up after meddling somewhere, you just go, "I told you so."
Yes.
I tried to tell you guys. You pulled guard in the streets, just doesn't work.
Your medal's not going to work now.
That should be your tagline. You should put a whole bunch of streamers just that put that up for your federation. You know, I'm so interested about this in so many different ways. There are so many different formats that are going on. One that I really wanted to ask you about was the challenges.
Yes.
So what is a challenge, and how do those work for those tournaments that you guys are putting together?
Of course, is the tournament rules, which have points and system for ranking. But we're also going to accept the challenge rules tournament, which is more like Metamoris and the events made by my cousin Rose, which is more like the winner is going to be by submission only, not by points. And the promoter can specify the time of the fight. Can be 20 minutes, no points, can be 30 minutes. So it's a different element who gives to the, let's suppose, the weaker one chances to win because there's no points, so it's not about position. It's about strategy to capitalize on the mistake and submit. So it's a very interesting, effective rule.
So explain to me how this works. Can like a blue belt just stand up and be like, I challenge you? Or who are these people who are going to be challenging?
No. The tournament is, let's get a purple belt division with all the weight divisions. And that is make the baddest purple belt. So it's no weight division and it's no time, like 20 minutes time limit. So you can put everybody in the same weight division, the same category to fight regardless the weight. So, and then we're going to buy the results. They will disqualify each other. So at the end, it's just one guy will be the baddest purple belt.
Interesting. That's a really cool format and idea. So let me ask you this. Salesman, get your salesman hat on right now. I have only so much money to compete at one tournament. Yes. Why should I compete for your new federation as opposed to anywhere else?
Because the rules, the practice for that kind of format will make you more effective overall to better results on the street or in life. In other words, if you compete in a weaker rules, you may going to be efficient to get medals, but you're losing effectiveness in real life because it's so much stalling, it's so much positions who kind of take the progressive aspect of the fight that make you feel like you're training very hard to achieve a medal, but you're losing effectiveness. So, at one point you have to choose if you want to compete in an event which is going to make you feel better on the street to handle life, or you're going to compete in a tournament who will make you very efficient to get the medal, but I mean, you get your ass kicked anytime on the street, so that's not worth it.
I have a favor to ask. Yes. Okay. What we're going to do right now, if you are up for it, I too am a fan of not pulling guard or stalling in interviews. So what we're going to do right now is if you're going to accept this challenge, I'm going to give you 2 minutes of rapid fire questions. You answer them as fast as you can, and we go from there. Are you willing to do this?
Let's try at least.
Let's try at least.
My HD is a little fuzzy.
Okay.
But let's see if I can keep up the speed.
All right. I like the attitude here. We've got a competitor here. All right. Are you nervous?
Always.
Always? This is intense to have Rickson.
Fear?
Yeah.
You have fear when you don't know the outcome.
Sure.
The important is how to control the fear. So I'm afraid, but I'm up to control my fear and go for the challenge.
I love this. This is great. We're gonna do this. All right, 2 minutes are on the clock. We're now a 2-minute drill with Rickson Gracie, and here we go. Rickson, I know you're a competitive person. Is there somebody who you'd want to compete with right now, and who would it be?
Is the existence organizations in Jiu Jitsu.
The what? You want to face who?
I want to face all the existent organizations in Jiu Jitsu and beat them all and bring the #1 federation on top.
That's pretty good, but who specifically? Is there a competitor right now that you look at and go, I could beat him?
No.
No? All right. I'll let that one go. I don't feel that's that.
Because you know, I'm undefeated. I have no fear of nobody, so who am I going to, I'm okay.
All right, I'll take that one. Let's say this, Krone comes home, you're mad at him. What's your go-to choke to go against him?
I will be by words because physically, it's not a chance anymore.
Who is the best person right now competing in MMA?
John Jones.
John Jones?
Yes.
What is it about his game that you really like?
He's very unorthodox. He's very creative. He has a great sense of balance, and he strikes very powerfully.
I like it. Now, who's the best competitor in jiu-jitsu?
Rickson Gracie.
Rickson Gracie. I knew that one might come. Not Krone.
Buchecha.
Buchecha. All right. Buchecha versus Krone. I mean, weight class wouldn't work, but who would you be rooting for?
Of course, Krone, but, you know, he's a tough opponent.
Would you put that together for your new federation?
Yes, but it has to be in a challenge match format with at least half hour.
Who do you think will win at Metamoris? Do you think it will be Chael Sonnen or Andre Galvão?
I think Galvão.
Galvão, why?
Because he's more complete in the submission aspect of it. I think Shawnee is a great wrestler, but he's not that great in submissions.
Great. Do you regret doing this interview?
No.
Success! Hey, I'll take that as a win. You got that run in right, crash, land on time. Rickson, I want to thank you for taking time to talk with us. It's not every day you get to speak with somebody who has such clarity and vision for jiu-jitsu. So getting to hear your perspective is really entertaining, and I really appreciate your time.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. All the best.
Thank you. And keep it locked here for all more information at verbaltapcast.com.